Hello Aquarians, I'd like to welcome you here. I'm Darren with the Healthy Holistic Hub. Here we are, January 2018 reading. So what we're going to focus on is the start of the month, middle of the month and the end of the month. What's in the mind, a wee bit of advice, love if you're in a relationship or no, your working money and then a wee bit extra. So I'm just going to start tuning in intuitively to the Aquarians. So I feel like for the Aquarians straight away it's letting go. That's the main thing that I'm pulling at. A lot of you are going to be letting go of things. And I feel like that's relationships or jobs. A lot of you are wanting a lot more for your lives, I feel like, especially in this new 2018, sorry. Coming into January 2018, I feel there's a lot of transitions for the Aquarians moving into their potential, if you want to, like, and shedding away things that no longer serve them. So I think mainly people for the Aquarians, that's what I'm seeing, and you're letting go past experiences with different people. So now personally what I think of Aquarians are that he's really creative and he's done to give yourselves enough credit for like your creative abilities or the things that he's can do. He's big on I can't and I can't do this and I can't do this, but it's more like, remember the parrot. So the parrot on your shoulder, that's your subconscious. If you feed the parrot I can't, all it's going to be taught to that parrot is I can't do this, I can't do this. So you're going to keep experiencing fails. But I feel like you've really turned around since, I feel like it's been a tough year for Aquarians, definitely. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of standstills and no much has changed. It felt like it's cycles after cycles. But now this is you starting to edge out, I feel. Right, so at the start of the month, so this is what you're carrying through. Now I love to see this because Pisces have actually just drew this, but this is a card, emotions being spilled. So, and focusing on the things that have happened rather than, so focusing on the negative things that have happened that have caused a wee bit of emotional trauma in the last months of 2017. You are starting to release these negative emotions and start to focus on the ones that are still standing rather than the ones that have been scaled. So at the start of the month it's all about transitioning and realising what's there and what's not, and what stuff you need to carry with you and what stuff you didn't. So everything for 2017 that you do need, keep it, and then you didn't, shy it. You'll know yourself what you need to do. And I feel like, especially in January 2018, I feel for the Aquarians you're going to be doing a lot of creative studies and putting all of your creative energies and using it, and I don't know what it is, I just seem like a lot of you are looking for a new pathway, maybe it be work or just a hobby way, where you can channel all this creative energy that you have got. And you are really tied to your emotions and mind, so try and be a doer rather than a thinker during January 2018, because you want to do things rather than think about them for too long. So again, air sign, you're really analytical, but at the same time you've got to try and again be a doer rather than a thinker. So at the middle of the month we have got the Queen of Wands. Yep. So amazing card to draw. So in the middle of the month this is going to be a creative energy time where you're going to be making new beginnings for yourself and feeling powerful in your wants and desires and what you need as a person in 2018. So, and I feel like this is tied to a new venture that could bring a new sense of passion. So I feel like you're going to find your passion a wee bit more in January 2018 in the middle, and that could be artistic, creative side, it could be your spiritual side, it could be your brilliant analytical mind side, whatever you may feel, Aquarian, that is what it is. So at the end of the month, death. Now I love the death card, do not let it shy you away. It's a transformation card. Without death there is no life or rebirth or change. So it's a big change card. So when the death card comes up, it's we shed old ways of being or old ways, people, situations, jobs, something big's changing and it's inevitable. So be ready to shed away the things that no longer serve you. So I'm going to just pull this down a bit. So be aware that you, coming into January 2018, you aren't focusing on the emotional things that have been spilled. Focus on what you've still got standing and what, because I feel like a lot of you have started stuff new, and you have started new slates for yourselves, or you are wanting to, and it's starting to transition in this period. So that's where this comes in, because you're showing your creative side's going to be coming in, and then this one comes in to show that the change is definitely taking place, and you're going to have to renew a part of you, whether it be a way of thinking, a way of being, or it could be literally anything. So what's in the mind? Right, so the Four of Cups. So what's in the mind of the average Aquarius in January 2018? So this is about you rebuilding and restabilising your emotions, planting the right seeds into the right places, and putting your time and emotions into the right things rather than the other. But pay attention that you aren't spending too much time focusing on if they're right in the right place or in the right time. Be mindful of the time that you've got, and just live in the moment and just feel in the moment. Don't put too much barriers up, because I feel like that's what you're really bad for recently, especially putting barriers up because of emotional hurt. And now what's in the mind, it's where do I put all this, where do I fit these new emotions in, and where do I fit with my emotions. But this is alright, because this is coming in, so it shows that in the mind you're going to start to be planting new seeds for your emotions to grow in a new sense, in a new environment. So again, new environments, big change for you. That's the thing. Right, so a wee bit of advice that the cards have got. Tower. Pisces drew that the exact same. So people, again, the Tower card is all about leaping for a burning building, leaving stuff that, so these two come hand in hand, and they're major arcanas as well, so big life events. So the advice for the Tower card is that there's something in your life crumbling. It may be your way of thinking, your way of being, a relationship, work, whatever it fits for you. But you'll know yourself what doesn't feel right. Go with your gut instincts. And this card's advice to you Aquarians is that there's stuff crumbling, so don't keep going back, so you might get burnt. If you keep going back to a burning building, when they say you're only meant to take your valuables and only things you need for a burning building, no anything excess. So don't keep going back and getting burnt, essentially, for an old past experience, which may be called a wee bit of mental blocks or emotional hurt. So that's the advice for that card. Leave the burning building in the past. So love. Now, weird card to draw for your love, but it's a good card at the same time nonetheless, because it's a gift, Ace of Swords, so it's a gift in mental clarity. So a lot of your Aquarians are going to be clicking like, either this person's right for me or this person's not for me. You will have a clear structure, especially coming into 2018. You are going to have a clear head on mind, but what you didn't have too much of a clear head and put up mental barriers. Still live with your emotions and not just your mind. But this shows that mental clarity, and you're going to feel a wee bit more powerful and in control in your relationship. Whether it be you're in a relationship or no, there's still going to be someone you fancy, or someone's going to fancy you. So at the same time, there's going to be a lot of clicking up here, like, I get that. But just don't be feared to let down the barriers, because you're still going to be in control mentally. So again, good love card for you Aquarius. So let's look at job and money. Page of Coins. Whoop whoop. That's a new beginning, and it's all about material gain and mundane aspects. So when this card comes up, it's all about new beginnings. So start something new, maybe learn a new skill, or start planning for the future. Even if you didn't really know what you're doing, try and gain a new skill. Or this card's all about taking the childlike innocence and just going with it, and release the fear and anxieties or self-judgment, and just go and just flow with what you could or should do. So this is all about like taking a stride to make a new venture for yourself, what could reap the financial rewards that you're needing. So Aquarians, if you've been thinking about stuff, or a new job role, or a new idea, or maybe getting back into your pencil work or artwork, whatever you do, you're really artistic, and you are more than capable than you give yourself credits for. One of the wisest signs, and the Aquarians I know are really wise. So anyway, so Page of Coins, use your talents, use your gifts. We've been given these gifts for a reason. It's time for you to start putting them into practice properly, and start to pave this new path for yourselves. So, and then a wee add-on card. So the Seven of Cups, quite a similar reading to the Pisces, to be fair. So the Seven of Cups, this is a wee extra card. So this is an illusion card, so just be wary maybe not wary, but be cautious of what's right for you and what's not, because you've got a lot of options and a lot going on now. So you've got maybe a new job role, you're thinking about doing this new hobby, a new idea, you're maybe getting a new home, you've got hundreds of stuff going on around you, do you know what I mean? So the Aquarians need to take time to just focus on one and be mindful and just live in the moment and do as you feel. So focus on one at a time and don't overload yourself. Us air signs are really bad for it. So anyway, that's about it. So I'm going to quickly run over. Start of the month, you're going to be letting go of emotional hurt and focusing on the stuff that's still there, what you can get emotional happiness out of, so that's good. The middle of the month, you're going to be channeling your creative side again, and you're going to have these ideas and everything flowing around you, and opportunities as well. So in the last week or two at the end of the month, you've got a big change happening. You're going to feel like you've shedded and you've renewed a new way of being, or you've got a new job role or person. So mind, that's you's gonna be placing the right emotions, but just try not to spend too much time in the mind worrying about if you're placing them in the right places, because you just need to feel and go with the flow. But it shows that your mind is ready to start placing your emotional happiness and other stuff. So the advice, don't stay and start